Most people think the world is ruled by who's right, that justice wins, that democracy listens, but that's not how it works. Power isn't held by who's right, it's held by who won and who funded the winner. Let's rewind a few hundred years. Kings wore crowns, but they didn't rule alone. Behind every throne stood nobles, merchants, and warlords, the ones with land, gold, and armies. The king needed their support to raise taxes, start wars, or even stay alive. If he lost their favor, he was either overthrown or quietly replaced. Fast forward to today. The titles have changed, but the structure hasn't. Presidents, prime ministers, and dictators all need their court. Not knights and dukes, but CEOs, oil barons, and billionaire donors. Take away the funding, the influence, the PR machine, and the crown slips. Trump needed super PACs, lobbyists, media allies, and billionaire backing to stay viable. Putin is surrounded by oligarchs who've gotten rich off oil and state contracts. He keeps them happy so he stays in charge and alive. Even so-called absolute rulers are just managing a delicate balance of favors and threats. This isn't ancient history. It's how your rent got this high, why your wages are stagnant, why healthcare bankrupts people. You didn't make bad choices. The people funding the kings made good investments in keeping you powerless. And no, budgeting won't save you, because your landlord has a PAC, your boss has a senator, and the companies raising your grocery bill, they've got lobbyists on speed dial. You're not financially illiterate. You're just fighting uphill in a game built for someone else to win. But here's the thing they don't want you to know. Just like kings fell when the nobles turned, modern power crumbles when workers organize, when people vote with their dollars, when the guards stop guarding, when the peasants stop pretending the emperor's still dressed. Money rules the world, but people move the money. So maybe you can't take the crown, but you can make the king sweat. Remember those medieval kings we talked about? They weren't spending their nights basking in power. They were stressed, always watching their back. Every feast could be poisoned. Every council meeting could turn into a rebellion. Why? Because their power depended on loyalty, and loyalty can be bought. Modern CEOs and politicians, same deal. They're doing press tours, fundraising dinners, backdoor meetings, not because they like you, but because they need to manage the coalition that keeps them on top. When that coalition cracks, that's when things shift. That's when the next king steps up. You're told to vote every few years and call that power, but the real votes happen every single day. Where you spend your money, where you work, what you tolerate. That's how the game is played between elections, by the ones who never stop campaigning, never stop lobbying, never stop stacking the deck. Want to talk personal finance? Here's your reality check. Personal finance isn't just about budgeting. It's about surviving a system where most of the rules were written against you. You don't need a better spreadsheet. You need a better system, but until that happens, you need to understand the system you're in. And maybe that starts here, with a little history, a little strategy, and a reminder that the emperor's throne isn't as solid as it looks, especially when the people around it start to realize they built it. So no, you're not broke because you bought a latte. You're broke because someone else bought a senator, a tax break, and your silence. And if that pisses you off, good. That's the first step. The second step is to stop playing defense and start asking better questions. Who benefits from me staying quiet? Who profits off me blaming myself? Who wins when I think I lost because I didn't try hard enough? Because once you realize this isn't just about money, but about power, you stop trying to fix your budget and start looking for ways to flip the table. The game's rigged, but knowing that, that's your opening move.